I'm Jeremiah Wood here with FPUathletics.com. We're sitting down today with men's basketball head coach Chris Wright and junior guard John Taylor and senior center Antonio Credit, here to talk about the upcoming 2012-13 season. Coach Wright, let's start off talking a little bit about last season and the way things ended. A lot of expectations. Obviously, things didn't pan out the way we necessarily wanted them to. A lot of injuries, down to 6 scholarship players at one point. But, by the end of the year, still played the eventual national champion, to a couple really tight games on the road late in the year. So just tell me a little bit about last year and dealing with that adversity and how that kind of made you a better coach and made some of these guys better players.
Yeah, Jay, I was, real proud of our team, the way we battled all season, despite all the adversity that we faced. Obviously going 15-16, it's not getting it done. It's not what we're used to, here at Fresno Pacific, over the past 5 or 6 seasons. I feel like there's a lot of ways it made me a better coach. Definitely made me more patient, that's for sure. Probably took a good 10 years off my life. But, hey, that's why we went out and got guys like John Taylor and the 6 other guys that we signed. But, heading into this year, it's a completely new group of guys. We're going to miss the seniors that we lost, but, man, we're really excited about this upcoming season.
Now tell me a little bit about that recruiting class. We bring in 7 guys. You've been here. This is your 3rd year as a head coach, obviously a few more years as an assistant, as the recruiting coordinator. Where does this year's class stack up compared to some of those classes we've had in the past? I'm hesitant to compare it to the J.R. Lewis, Marcus West, that delivered a conference title, but where do you think this class ranks?
I always tell people that, hey, good players make good coaches. And so we knew after going 15-16, we had to go out and sign some players that could get us back to where we've used to, being, which is a 21 season for us. Obviously we signed John Taylor. John was the National Junior College Player of the Year. Not even close that he's the most decorated and heralded player that, Fresno Pacific's ever had. And so that right there is pretty remarkable for us. Then we get a guy like Malcolm Griffin, transfer from the University of Toledo. Was their best player, averaged a little over 13 a game at Toledo. He's another guy that's, going to be special at the Division II level. Signed Matt Samuels from Chicago State, right about 13 points a game. And so, when you have guys that have produced at such high levels, it makes you sleep well as a head coach. There's no doubt. So for us, and this is no disrespect to past recruiting classes or past players that we've had. We've had a lot of good players, and if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't be the head coach right now. So I'm extremely grateful, but I don't feel that we've ever brought in a class that's been this talented. And besides the talent part, they're great young men. It's been an absolute joy for me to continue to get to know these guys and coach these guys for just a couple of weeks of practice that we've had. So I'm extremely excited, Jay Wood.
John, tell me a little bit about the recruiting process. I know you were heavily sought after. When did you first hear about Fresno Pacific, and what was it that, what were kind of the deciding factors in getting you signed here?
Well, actually, I never heard about Fresno Pacific. I actually received a phone call from Malcolm Griffin, and we just talked, and I asked him, what school was he going to? And he told me Fresno Pacific. So I'm like, Fresno Pacific, I'm trying to see what that is. So I looked it up, and I seen it was an NAIA, and they was trying to move to Division II. So, I like to see new things, you feel me, and see people doing new things and trying to get to another level, and that's what I'm trying to do. So me and Malcolm just talked, and I told him that I would go come check it out. And when I came to check it out, it's like, I'm finna come down here and, make it out of something. You feel me? Because Fresno Pacific, you say that to a lot of people, they not going to know what that is. They thinking about Fresno State all the time. So I come to Fresno Pacific now. The attention is going to come, I guess. I hope so. But I just want people to come check us out and see how we do.
And then, John, tell me a little bit, once you got here, about the talent level of this team. kind of what fans can expect from both you as a player and our team as a player this year?
You just expect us to play hard, play defense, and bring more fans in the building.
All right. We are definitely looking forward to that. Tone, you coming off a solid junior year, 11 points a game, 7 rebounds a game, and set the school record with 70% shooting from the field. But I know, even with that good of a season, there were a lot of things that you wanted to work on this summer. So tell me a little bit about the off-season preparation and what we can expect from you coming into your senior year.
This summer I really just wanted to work on the little things, so I worked a lot on my left hand, and free throws was a big thing that I worked on this summer to try to improve my game. And just moves, I worked on a lot of moves too, just to, get open, take better shots, keep a high percentage. And
then Tone, tell me about, being the first Fresno Pacific team to play a full NCAA Division II schedule. What does that mean to you? What are you looking forward to in playing in the Pacific West Conference this year?
It's a big opportunity for us to set the standard, try to pave the way for the next people that come and play after us when we're done. And I'm really excited. I heard a lot about this conference. It's a great conference, and it's going to be really competitive, so I'm excited to see what we do.
Now, Coach Wright, let's talk a little bit about the conference. Obviously, a couple different scheduling pods, and we definitely were put in the tougher of the two in the same pod as Dixie State, Grand Canyon, Azusa, a couple other solid teams. Tell us a little bit about the schedule, what you're kind of expecting out of the Pac West Conference.
Yeah, you're right. Our pod is ridiculous. With the 4 GSAC schools and then Grand Canyon and Dixie State, which in my mind is, has a chance to make up a lot of the top half of the conference just as far as standings go. So it's going to be a tough schedule. But again, when you have good players, and I feel like we have a great staff. I feel extremely blessed to have the assistants that we had. We added Coach Dexter Young as our recruiting coordinator. Coach Henderson, Coach Kuslich have been here, for several years, and so. I love our staff, and I love the team that we have in place. So, it's a great quote. Walt Disney said it's kind of fun to do the impossible. And, I know a lot of people, aren't expecting us, to challenge for the league championship just because of the season that we had last year. And so, we have just a program full of men that are extremely excited about meeting that challenge and, competing for a Pac West championship.
Tone, what's it been like to play with John Taylor so far in practice? Tell us a little bit about what kind of player he is.
It's fun. It's definitely fun. He has his own style, little flair that he has to the game to get everybody involved, So he makes it fun. He makes the game easy for me.
And John, we've heard a lot about you as a scorer. Tell the fans a little bit about kind of the rest of your game and what we can expect. John Taylor as the floor general.
You could just expect me to perform and try to put on the show.
That's great. We are looking forward to that. We saw a little bit of that the other night at our Hoops Madness event. Very excited about the upcoming season. Coach Wright, tell me a little bit more about just this year's team and just a lot of individual talent, and how do you as the head coach make that talent mesh, and how do you see these guys coming together, as a team?
It's as a coach, sometimes you're impatient, especially that's my personality as well. But just remembering that it's a process. The fact that we have 7 new players that are going to see minutes for us, that come November 2nd when we open up, we're not going to be where we want to be. I think it's going to be a very competitive game. It's a game that we're looking forward to, but it is. We want to be playing our best basketball come March. And so, we have like you said, a lot of talent, a lot of talent that we can build on. But just guys, getting used to each other, playing together, learning our system. It's going to take some time for it to, all come together. But we're excited about the possibilities, that we have for the season.
John and Tone, looking at the schedule, are there any games that you guys have circled or that you're particularly looking forward to more than other ones?
All of them circle.
Tone, how about you?
All of them circled.
Anybody specific?
We got to get everybody. We're trying to get everybody.
Nobody specific. Well, everybody. Whoever circle, and we said the whole sheet circle, so that's for everybody.
You know, Jeremiah, the thing I love about this team is that, I think these guys understand, they're beginning to understand how hard you have to work and how you can't take anyone, for granted. And obviously our goal is to win, every game that's on our schedule, exhibition, regular season, or not. And, I just think it's an extremely focused group, and I've been impressed with how hard we've worked day in and day out so far.
All right, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. And the Summers will open up the season November 2nd at Fresno State at the Save Mart Center. Also, remember you can watch all home games for free online at fpuathletics.com.